Okay, wanted to thank you. I was in the hot seat 2 years ago. I got the exact job I wanted to get. I'm traveling. I got the highest salary I ever got, and I just got a raise 3 weeks ago. Thank you for that.
That's the way, and you're just scratching the surface.
My question is about love and passion. At 17 or 18 years old, I was in love with basketball. And one day, I wasn't in love with it anymore. And I witnessed that with certain things in my life, particularly friendships and different things that I've had interest in, like fitness and other things. And I'm wondering if that's an example of the vehicles that you were talking about.
It is.
I'm using those vehicles to go different places.
Yes.
But what gets me is the fact that it's around strong emotions like love and passion.
Well, we want to clarify something, but the last statement that you made here makes us understand that you've got it. And so this clarification is not so important for you, but we're going to make it anyway. So you're in love with something. You're all tuned in, tapped in, turned on, crazy about it. And then one day you're not in love with it anymore. But the question that we want to ask is, what are you now in love with more? Because if you fall out of love with something, it could be because you've focused upon the negative aspects of it, or you've felt disappointed by it. You've just grown weary of disconnection, and that disconnection is what's watered down your passion, and that's why you're not in love with it. Can you hear that? Where if you're in love with something, but then you're in love with something more, it's like vehicles. So that first vehicle was so great because you were walking before that. And then Esther will never forget slipping into that Audi R8 and what it felt like. She'd been driving a 45-foot Prevost bus towing a car behind it for 10 years. And now she's in this low profile, incredibly engineered vehicle that would do anything she wanted it to do. She really felt like if she wanted to be over there, that it could leap lanes and do it. In other words, it felt so agile, and her enthusiasm for that improved vehicle was enormous. But there's a difference between falling out of love with something and falling in love with something more. So of course the best thing is falling in love with something more, and in love with something more, and in love with something more, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Doesn't that feel like the logical path? If you are an eternally evolving being, and there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, and once you get a handle on that, isn't it logical that things would just become more and more and more and more and more? You've tapped in your question, by the direction and words in your question, to what we know to be the key to living happily ever after. The words love and passion, to us they mean the same. Love is complete intertwining with source energy, and passion is too. Passion is that intense sort of clarity that comes from a sustained vibrational pattern of being in vibrational compatibility with that higher vibration. And so anything that you feel passionate about is a wonderful thing. But don't ask yourself to go from zero to passion in any moment of time. Let passion and alignment be your quest or your intention, and then trust that your inner being knows how to lead you there. And this is the one key of something that you might do rather than just being called, and that is just decide to tune yourself to positive aspects. Just decide that you're going to praise more often than criticize. Meditate. Do the work that keeps you in the vicinity of your inner being, and then that passion and that love will be something that is consistent and sustainable for you.